And while I was watching that video yesterday, I couldn't stop thinking about um, John and Bonnie Mitchell really get into how the powers that be are using occult forces. Now, this is in addition to the stuff that I was talking about for the beginning of this broadcast. We know that it causes adrenaline to be secreted and endorphins and causes us to go into deeply hypnotic states. John and Bonnie Mitchell took it to a different level, I think, but because they were teaching how the controllers use less obvious stuff, like what they call sigil magic, which is magic that's hidden within symbols, symbols that include our alphabet. Um, I guess Carl Jung would describe it like this. He believes that there's a collective unconscious, and we all are tapped into that part of the time. And in that is stored what all these symbols mean and how they should be affecting us, good and bad. So when we see these symbols, um, our conscious mind, of course, is off somewhere when we're watching TV anyway. But our conscious mind wouldn't register anything wrong, right, or indifferent. All they see is a symbol. Um, Example would be a cross or um, the scallop shell that's used, or the one eye, the left eye that you see all over TV. It means nothing to our conscious mind, but our subconscious mind goes right back to the collective unconscious and responds to it.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Remind me, what was the one, what did they call the circular one that spirals you into a trance state?
Well, there's one that they were, now I had never seen this before. There's one that seems to occur a lot of times on sports shows, and circles are big. They'll circle things to make it stand out, to make it important. If you see something that's circled on TV, they want to draw your unconscious attention to that particular thing. Now, what they were showing, it's hard to describe, and you really need to go to their website and do a few of their videos. But it's like circles inside of circles. They look very mechanistic.
Oh, and
They
they
look
go in
very,
opposite
and they go in
directions.
opposite directions. And many times numbers will come out of the middle of it.
Oh, right, like countdown from 10.
Right. So they can take you in and out of the depth of the trance. That's that's a common thing that happens. I've had some experience in hypnotism.
Mhm.
And you put somebody under and you get them as deep as you can, but you'll pull them out and then take them down, pull them out and take them down. It kind of cements the state in their mind,
The
and you can
suggestive state
the
when you.
suggestive state exactly.
Um,
So, so that's what they do with this circles within circles. And one of the examples they gave was actually used in Alex Jones's show in his InfoWars circle within circle. So if you see that, uh, it's a mind control device. Now, I don't know. I like Alex. I don't know who he works for or what he's doing, but he's certainly using this uh, to get, do the same thing as every other TV show does, to get your attention and get you mesmerized on what he's showing you.
hmm. So it's more effective, I guess.
Also, right up there with why was the U.S. interested in bringing 400 Nazi psychologists into the universities? Right up there is, or, do you remember a couple of years ago, we were in the United States and we were with the kids and we watched the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
And that was the year that, was it Madonna?
Hmm.
Madonna came on and they do the halftime show. Now, the halftime show, um, it used to be something that I don't know. You used to be marching bands, marching back and forth, and that's all it was. It was just something to do while the teams met in the locker room. But I honestly had never seen anything like that. I mean, it was overtly sexual
And satanic.
and satanic. It was all black and horrible. And I can remember remarking to them after we were done watching that. I said, you know, I'm really ashamed of them for doing that, and I'm really ashamed of us for watching it.
I remember you saying that.
And John Mitchell, last night on a video that you all should go and watch, he was saying that it was important that they did it, but it was also important that millions of people watched it.
Oh, that's right, because the watchers participated in the ritual,
Right.
whatever the ritual was.
And it gives everything power.
So when people are watching TV, they are actually participating in black magic rituals completely unknowns to them.
Right. Same thing probably happened, although I didn't see it. The beginning ceremony in the Olympics.
That's
You know,
right.
they had a long, involved thing. It was televised. Millions of people watched it.
Mm-hmm. So when you're watching TV, you are giving away all of your consent to have things done to you, and you're actually participating in things you have no idea
Right,
about.
right. And
Yikes.
you're becoming something that you're absorbing these beliefs. You're absorbing all this memory. It's not your memory. It's memory that was made up, packaged, and given to you by this.
Yeah.
So you're past. I mean, you say, well, I believe this because I know this and this happened in my. Well, it probably didn't happen in your past, and probably you're more affected by your TV watching past than you're walking around in a daytime. I mean, you can imagine how many incidents that can happen to you in a 4-hour TV show. Well, it would probably take you a
Millions.
lifetime. It would probably take you a lifetime to live all those different situations.
Yeah, and I'd like to just point out to our friends listening that, probably your ego is justifying the fact that you only watch one show a week, your favorite show, or maybe it's only sports that you watch, or documentaries.
Yeah, documentaries, those have to be approved too before they can hit the airwaves.
So just think about how much time are you willing to give your mind over to some unknown force to be downloaded and controlled? I mean, for me, the answer is none.
Yeah, I think that's be a good number for me too.
Mm-hmm.
So, just by way of review, in
Mm-hmm.
case you've forgotten anything, the radiant light causes your endorphins to secrete, filling your body with opiates, an addictive substance. The flicker rate, just coincidentally, is tuned to a state where it'll immediately, well, 30 seconds, put you into an alpha state. Now, in this alpha state, um, your higher brain kind of clicks out, and your lower brain, your reptilian complex, watches everything, your unconscious mind. And it can't judge whether it's real or not. It doesn't go through uh, loops of reason like, well, yeah, I did see this incident, but how many people does this actually occur to? Is this really a threat? No, it doesn't. It takes everything on face value. And then what they're doing, and they speed this up every year, they do this startle effect thing where you get agitated and you secrete cortisol and you secrete adrenaline. And after your higher brain gets tired of flushing these things off, it shuts down and you just fill yourself with these drugs. So you're drugged up in an alpha state, and now we're ready for the MK Ultra fear-based mind control. Uh, you're bombarded with symbols that you don't even know what they mean. Your mind takes them in unknowingly, and they affect you. They affect all consciousness on the planet. The news is reviewed for you. You can't get a fair accounting of news on TV. You have to go to alternative media because everything has to be controlled by the government that you're seeing on your TV. And it comes out in the form of investigative reports. And these everything in the Matrix is not what it seems to be. There's no investigating in anything that does with an investigative report unless it's on alternative media. These investigative reports mean they've gone to the government official. The government official has given them the party line, and that's what you're getting. And you're getting it in a way that it keeps you in a state of fear and not knowing what's going on. Well, in addition to that, you're subjected to our violence network, 24/7, violence in the morning and violence in the afternoon. So I think, I may be naive on this, but I really think that this could be affecting your beliefs. And if you still don't think that's true, well, you're certainly welcome to continue having a belief that TV has a benign influence on you and it's just there for entertainment. Certainly it's your choice.
And don't forget that you're actually paying, I have no idea how much, in monthly fees for the privilege of this entertainment, which is conditioning you as it is. I stopped watching TV, oh my gosh, many, many years ago, and I believe that the best thing that you can do if you would like to grow and expand your consciousness is to get rid of the damn TV. Put some music on if you need some company.
Yeah. Or, hey, I got even a better idea. Go next door and knock on their door. That way you could actually, interact with a live person. Guys, of course, I'm a tough one to say that because I kind of keep to myself, but that would probably be the ideal thing to do to fill in, to get you away from TV. Because this, if you still watch TV, it's a hard addiction to break. And I remember, while I was doing the research for this, it reminded me, I can remember back in the 90s, I got involved with the Waldorf schools. I started a Waldorf school for my kid. And of course, in the Waldorf school, they teach you not to allow your child to watch TV. And I tried to do that. And one of the people that was writing at that time about not watching TV was a guy named Joseph Chilton Pierce. And he's kind of a great free thinker. And he noticed, as we all have, that people are entering puberty in a younger age. And he blamed it on TV for all the reasons that we've gone over. The flicker rate, the R complex, the startle effect. And he said that when young people stay in a state of fear, like any animal, if it stays in a state of fear, their impulse to reproduce occurs earlier and earlier. So they reach puberty earlier so they can reproduce because their life is in danger. All the stimulation seems like fear reaction to them. So it's a natural thing. Now, there's no way to prove that this is true or not, but looking at TV the way we did tonight, I think you can see where it could really, really have, that and many other effects on human consciousness and the human body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great point.
Looks like it's time for us to,
I guess, wrap it up and say goodnight to everyone. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. We're so happy to have you here listening to our podcast.
And if it helps you, send us a little note. Tune into our websites.
Yes, pineconeutopia.yolasite.com, transformationchronicles.yolasite.com, and pineconeutopia.blogspot.com. Until next time, be nice to each other.